What is up, guys? JD here. I hope you're all doing well today. Today, I'm going to be bringing you my favorite carries from the week. Still really enjoying being able to just pick what I want the day that I wake up and look at the knife case. Gives me such a sense of freedom. So this format works really well until the day that I can't get the video recorded in time and posted in time for Monday, because it is the Friday before I post this video. Hope you're all doing well out there. If you enjoy the video, think about leaving a like for me. I appreciate the support. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you liked to carry last week, or what you carried last week, or what you're carrying today. And while you're down there, think about subscribing and turning that notification bell to all. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the actual carries. On Monday, I've been doing a lot of micarta Monday carries, but I actually have a pretty decent rotation to where I can, rotate that around for that one particular day. So this Monday, I carried my QSP Gannett. I really like this knife by QSP. It is a very well done model. It has a nicely done 154 cm blade steel. I like the shape. I like the performance of the blade. And the satin on it, believe it or not, keeps it from scarring up. I did use it quite a bit Monday on some things while I was sitting around doing some work at my desk. I was breaking down a box, and it performs really well, and it's really quite comfortable. Now, I will say, from an aesthetic standpoint, I do think the cheap chrome look kind of takes away a little bit from it. I think if they would have just simply done like a matte color or a stone wash to it, it probably would have made it look just a little bit better, because I do like the micarta. It has a snakeskin feel to it, and it looks like it has a wood grain to it. And then the raindrop micarta looks really nice. And the ergos, because of the fact that it has the contouring, are actually, it's again quite comfortable. The only thing I will say is you can feel that pocket clip a little bit in the palm. So that is definitely a little bit of a downer, and it is a really tight access to the liner. So you really have to get in there. I actually found that going sideways in there is a little bit better. So that was what was in my pocket on Monday. QSP Gannett. I like that knife. I know it's a little bit of a unique look with the two-tone handle, but I actually kind of like it. All right. Tuesday, went with a Titanium Tuesday carry, and that was my Chris Reeve & Cosi. Still can't believe I actually have this knife. When COVID started up and I started to get into this, I just thought to myself, I don't know that I'll ever be able to get a knife like that. But I did want to experience it. It has such a reputation to it. The build quality is stupendous. I mean, this thing is definitely still, to me, way nicer than anything else in the case. I just really love the build quality. I love the fact that it has that hydraulically smooth opening action. It is not drop shut, and that's okay. I really feel like the overbuilt demeanor of this knife really could compete almost with a fixed blade for toughness. Really solid lockup. It makes contact all throughout the pivot on the blade, on the phosphor bronze washer. Super simplistic to maintain, and just feels really good in hand. I really like their hollow grind. This knife just really continues to impress me. That was what was in my pocket on Tuesday. Such an awesome knife. And of course, you have to really like it. I found more of a Hinderer guy or more of a Chris Reeve guy. I do love my ZTO 562 that's designed by Hinderer, but it's definitely more of a work knife, and I feel like this is more of an EDC knife, but it is built to work. That's what's impressive about it. It has that more refined look to it, but it's still, built tough. On Wednesday, I didn't know whether to go with a Wharncliffe Wednesday or a Wood Wednesday or a Wayback Wednesday or a Wet Wednesday. I don't know what I wanted to do. I just decided to end up going with a Wood Wednesday. So I ended up picking up the Civivi Altus, which does have the wood grain handles, and I really still like the look of that. I think it's a really unique look and a very nice contrast against that coated Nitro V blade. Now, the coating on this is not particularly great. It's not something that you would see on a higher end knife like a Spyderco that has the diamond nitrate, or if you got the coating from DLT, that's a much more durable coating, but it does do pretty well. Now you can see some of the scarring where I've been using this a little bit, maybe more than a little bit, but comfortable ergos, a good size. It's a smaller size, so it's a little bit more convenient, a little bit easier to carry. It takes up a little bit less space in pocket. And I still think this is an impressive button lock for a budget. It's not quite as nice as my ProTech Malibu, but it's pretty good, especially for the money that you're paying for it. It's not going to be on that level, that is for sure. It does feel it has like a little bit of a hollow, tinky kind of feel to it, but it's still pretty good considering. And if you have a Malibu and you've experienced this, you probably know what I'm referencing. It's good, but it's not quite on that level. Thumb stud action, really good. Spring tension, really good. Ergos, really good. Thin and slicey, and the Nitro V from Civivi and from WE has been done really well. So again, very recommendable budget knife, especially for just over $70. Not bad at all. Next up, going to be a gift from my wife that I will cherish always and forever because it was my very first Benchmade, and that is my Bug Out. This started life out as the basic S30V variant with the blue Grivory, and while I did enjoy the ergonomics and I did feel like it was built pretty well, I just felt like that Grivory made it feel kind of cheap, and the plastic would flex a little bit when I was gripping down to break down some boxes. So I went ahead and upgraded to a set of Flytanium titanium scales. I took those scales and I did an anodizing on them. That video is in my library, and if I can remember, I'll try to link it right here for you as I knock the tripod around. I'll try to link it up here for you in case you're interested in that. It's a very easy process, and I really like the way that it came out, and it's held up pretty well, even with the little bit of oil that you see on it. And back here, I think, I don't know, could have been my wedding ring. Who knows what I've knocked on it a little bit, but you know, it's getting used, and I love it. And the anodizing protects the titanium. The contouring feels good. It has just a slight contouring, and the weight still being under 3 ounces at 2.8 ounces is super featherweight. S30V takes a fantastic edge, and man, it holds that edge a really long time. Very impressive. I did have to send it into warranty at one point. I had an Omega Spring break on me, so I went ahead and just bought some aftermarket Omega Springs and put them on here. And I am probably, I'll have to check the library of when I did that install, but I think I'm probably near the 6-month mark. And knock on wood, even though it's press board, I have not had no issues. So thankfully, I'm very happy for that. That is what was in my pocket on Thursday, and today's Friday. So let me show you what I am carrying today. Today, I am carrying my Demko AD 20.5, going with the Fat Carbon Friday theme. And these scales were made by hand from Spencer. He goes as Carbodize over on Instagram. He also made the backspacer to match. I asked for him to have the raised jimping to give me a little bit of in palm grip when I'm gripping down to go through those push cuts, just to give a little bit more confidence and grip. And let me tell you, this also had the Grivory handles. I have another project over here that I'm going to be working on soon. I'm just waiting for some more scales. And while I do like the diamond plating and it is very grippy, it does flex a little bit. So it does kind of give it a cheap feel, and it is not a cheap knife. Whereas carbon fiber is super strong and very rigid, it has absolutely no play whatsoever. I also really like this titanium deep carry pocket clip from Lynch Northwest. He makes these himself, and he does the anodizing in-house, and this has that faded anodizing, and the purple helps bring out the little hints of purple in the purple haze. How many times can I say purple? Purple haze fat carbon scales. I did want to experience the shark's foot, which is basically a Wharncliffe. I'm sorry, which is basically a modified sheep's foot, and the clip point. And I wanted to get a coated and uncoated just so I could kind of compare the two of them. I have seen some reviewers that got the early run of the Demko AD 20.5 saying that a little soft in the edge, and then after you do some sharpening, it started to toughen up. I haven't had to sharpen mine yet, and I've probably broken down, 10, 15 boxes. And when I break them down, I'm cutting them in like squares of like 4 to 6. I'm not like going through them and cutting them to little tiny thin slices. I'm just breaking them down enough to fit in my recycling bin without taking up a ton of space. And it's performing well, but I got mine within the last 3 to 4 months. So I got a later run. So maybe they figured something out with the heat treat, or maybe they were able to improve the consistency as they ran through them. But I've had no issues. I've gotten quite used to the Shark Lock. I'm able to actuate it, open and close, or just close with the thumb stud. Or if you want to reverse flick it, you can with the cutout. I think I would have liked just to have the cutout. I hit my index finger on the thumb stud here when I opened it that time, because I had it curved and I didn't have it pointed straight out. I think I would have just enjoyed the slit without the thumb hole, but I think the thumb hole makes it easier to slow roll open. That is what is in my pocket today. I do have, because it is Friday, I can wear jeans, I do have a companion carry, so I do have my little organizer here in the pouch, Art Company organizer. He makes really nice stuff. Different sizes depending on your EDC. I do have a through night in here. It is a little bit of a tight fit, so I'm not going to pull that out, but I also have the Baby Banter down in the pocket. This is nice sometimes, like if you're in the store. I actually pulled, not this out, I think I actually pulled out my Swiss Army knife that day, but we were at the lottery station and the knife was really dull, and I popped it out real quick and just took a couple of slices out to get it sharpened back up. My wife just gave me the craziest look. She was like, "Put that away." I'm like, "Babe, it's a Swiss Army knife." I was like, nobody cares. But that's just an example of where it's nice to pull something out discreet, to use it without having to pull out your big knife. And you don't have to use your blade on something like that. You can save it for something else later. All right, that was my carry for the week. A lot of fun doing this. I like sharing this. I like to be able to talk about these knives. I really do love them a lot. The build quality on the Demko is fantastic. It is really well made. They did a real good job. It does have me interested in getting a full size 20. Maybe one day when supply chain catches up, they'll become more available. I'd like to get a crew wear version. I'd love to see him do a crew wear version. I know he has the 20 CV, and I think the D2, and I can't remember the other steel I've seen from him. I mean, the Austin A, but I think that's exclusive to the 20.5. I don't know that I could ever pick up another bug out. I'm very happy to have gotten one and experienced it, and I love this knife because of the sentimental value, and I do carry it, and I do enjoy using it. And the titanium scales have really improved the feel of that knife. It feels more premium than what it is. But I don't know that I would buy another one, especially because I did pick up the Mini Adamas. It's a little bit more of a pocket tank, a little thicker, a little bit fuller for me. I really like the crew wear on this. It does have a thicker geometry. It's not nearly as slicey as the bug out, but it does work really well. I do enjoy it. Wouldn't pick up another Altus. I experienced the budget button lock. I like it. It's fine. I wouldn't pick up another one. I 100% am going to pick up another Chris Reeves knife. I wouldn't pick up another Gannett. I thought I would try to do something a little bit different with this to give you some feedback. The build quality differences is apparent. While these budget knives are built well and they're going to last and they have a warranty and the manufacturers back them up, the build quality on these, especially these two, the bug out is fine. I only rank it down a little bit because Omega Springs have the potential to break, but the lock itself, when you talk about the locks that are here on the table, this is definitely one of the top 2 locks on the table. This is going to be a really strong locking mechanism, and it's going to perform really well. They both have about the same pivot size, but as far as the build quality and how it operates, now I do have the skiffs in here, which actually improve the side-to-side play on this because they are thicker. They do fill the hole out. Gosh, they do fill the gap in the cutout for the bearings better, because the ones that come with it have play. They can kind of move just a tiny bit back and forth. I'm not quite sure why they did it like that, but the skiff bearings actually fill out completely the cutout for the bearings, and they're a little bit taller, so they actually just got rid of all the side-to-side play, but they operate so smoothly. And I mean, for $12, ceramic bearings in a caged bronze washer, you can't go wrong. Chris Reeves' reputation, I think, precedes it. I don't really think I need to talk about anything like that. Like I said, I just like the durability and the deliberate feel when deploying it like that. Can you flick it? You can flick it. You can start to get it smooth enough to drop shut. But that's not really what it's about. And honestly, when I try to do that, the thumb stud feels really pokey. When you slow roll it and you can get up underneath the thumb stud, it's just satisfying. Just a great knife, and it feels good. The finish on it feels like it's stone, or I'm not sure what the finish is, but it feels really nice. That's all I can really offer. I like this format because it gives me an opportunity between the unboxing, the review, the long-term review, any type of warranty information. I did have a warranty claim on this. QSP got it taken care of inside of 4 weeks. It ended up being a warped blade. Couldn't get it centered. Could not get it centered. I sent it to them. They sent it back. I took it down, broke it down, cleaned it just to make sure like everything was on the up and up, that it wasn't anything funky, and they took care of it. That's the type of stuff that I want to be able to share with you guys. Whether it be a dedicated video or just in these. Anyway, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And again, think about subscribing if you did. And in the comment, let me know what you carried, what you like out of my carry, what you're carrying today, what you carried the most last week, or what's been in your pocket the most. I love to hear all that stuff. I hope you have a fantastic week. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, peace.